What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Toy Talk. We haven't done one of these in a while. But since this has kind of been the year of clearance, I really wanted to sit down and kind of hash things out what we've seen this year in terms of clearance deals. Because we have seen, really, in my opinion, unprecedented clearances that we really haven't seen maybe ever. It's been pretty insane with not only Target, Walmart at times, but also the discount stores. Ollie's and Ross have been absolute gold mines, really, for new collectors and existing collectors. And I know it's been great for business when it comes to us toy hunters at YouTube making videos, because these videos are doing phenomenal right now for everybody. So what's the point of the video? Well, the point of the video is, are these actually good things? Is finding a Star Wars vintage collection figure for $4 at Ross a good thing? Is it a positive thing for us collectors in the world that we live in now, where prices are so high and so insane and we have to be really picky and choosy? So that's the point of the video. Let's get on with it. I'll give you guys a couple of examples and I'll run down my opinion of what I think is going on with all these clearance deals and if they're good for us or not. Okay, so yeah, clearances have just been nuts this year, and it's something that I don't think anybody expected. I didn't expect it. I watched many videos of fellow toy hunters finding stuff at Ross, and I'm like, how is this happening? How is this possible? And really, it's gone out through the entire year. Target, we'll start with Target. Target started out by really clearancing items within a few weeks of the release, if not maybe a couple of months. But Marvel Legends, Star Wars Black Series, DC, all these companies and all these brands that Target would get in, it seemed like they had a really short shelf life and were clearance just weeks, if not a couple months after their release. So that was really pretty stunning and pretty shocking to see, especially like on Marvel Legends, where, you know, they usually sell pretty good at first and we expect clearances later on. But then as the year went on, we saw a lot of stuff at Ollie's. You know, I remember I found a ton at Ollie's. I found $4 Star Wars Retro, $4 vintage collection figures, $5 real Ghostbusters Retro re-releases, all $9 Marvel Legends, $10 Black Series Archive, $10 Black Series. The list goes on and on at what we were finding at Ollie's, even to the point where we were finding Hasbro Pulse exclusives. I know that Seth Bayer found the Fortnite Snake Eyes in his Ollie's a few months back, and it was $20. I think that's half off of what the original price was. So really pretty shocking to see these fairly new figures showing up at Ollie's for such amazing clearance deals. We're talking half off, 75% off deals. So that was pretty shocking and really kind of started making a lot of people think about, you know, why are we paying so much for figures? It's no secret that we're being overcharged for figures now. Fast forward until fourth quarter of this year, which is what we're in right now. And since October, Ross has been the gold mine of gold mines. We are seeing unprecedented times and crazy stuff happening at Ross. Not only with a figure that I showed earlier in the intro, $4 vintage collection figures, but this figure right here, I think this was about $25 last year at this time. This figure cost me $6. So again, that's massive savings, even better than Target, even better than Ollie's. Even more craziness is that we found things like this. This is a $40 figure last year at this time. I got this thing $6 at Ross just the other day. Plus, we're finding Sentinels from the Retro line. We're finding Hasbro Pulse exclusives again. That 4-pack with the Mando, the Escape, Rescue with the Grogu and the Dark Trooper. Finding that. That was an $80 set being shown at Ross for $20. We're finding helmets. We found the Black Panther one, $20. A Lord Zed, $20. It's the hammer. The hammer's $34.99. I think that was well over $100. So it's really pretty crazy how things are going right now. With that though, I had to stop and ask myself, is this a good thing? Is what we're seeing right now actually a good thing? And really, I think it's a two-part answer. Part one. Part one is if you're a new collector and you're getting into action figures in the toy community as your first time and you want to get your feet wet, I think it's a good thing because you're able to kind of build up your collection, if you can find stuff, fairly quickly for really cheap. You know, if you're into Star Wars 3 3/4 inch like I am, man, you can really start getting a pretty nice little collection of figures going for not a lot of money when you're getting 75-80% off of a figure. So in that terms, for any new collectors that are starting out, that are hitting up Ross, Ollie's, hit Target on the right clearance, and getting great deals on these figures, I think it's a good thing for you. I also think it's a great thing if you're an army builder. I'm a big Star Wars army builder, like I know a lot of you guys are. For me, it's been great. I can get a lot of stormtroopers for $6 a piece. I mean, it feels like the power of the Force days. So that is great. It's nice to be able to kind of get a break from the horrible $30 deluxe, $17 basic figure world we live in. On the other hand, part two of this, is it good for us existing collectors and us wanting to know that we're still going to be able to find stuff not only for the rest of this year, but going into next year and going all through the year? Are we going to see these same clearances? And my opinion is that we will always see clearance. I don't think that that's ever going to stop. I don't think that we're going to run into a time where there's no clearance items. Stores refuse to hold on to things that are not moving, so they'll clearance them out. I think that's just the world we live in, and that's really been going on since the 80s. You know, that we've had clearance for a really long time. The big problem is, what do these companies think about this? What does Hasbro think about this? What does McFarlane think about this? What does Mattel think about this? Because all of their products are showing up in these discount chains and these discount realtors. Well, there's been a lot of rumors and allegations that production runs are going to quit, or not quit, but they're going to slow down. They're going to slow way down. You know, if we got to a point where a Black Series figure was being produced like 250,000, you know, maybe it gets cut down to 150,000. That's just an example. I don't have any facts to base that. That's an example. What's that going to do? Well, I think that's going to put us back into where we were in 2020. 2020, it was a nightmare to find figures. The pandemic got us. The distribution got us. Apparently, everything was backed up. We couldn't get the figures, and it was tough. A lot of people resorted to paying scalper prices. So could we see that again? Could we see a lack of product next year? Probably the second half of next year, because a lot of things that we'll see early next year is already going to be out. But the back half of next year is what I'm worried about. Will we be able to find the new stuff that we want to find? I think that's a bad thing. I think that's a bad thing if Hasbro, Mattel, even NECA cut their product runs and they're like, you know what? We're never going to be stubborn here. We're not going to slash prices. We want what we want. We're going to get what we want. And right now, I think that that's still kind of the mindset of these companies, is that we want $25 for a Black Series figure. We want $25 for a Marvel Legend. We'll give you the plastic-free, or the plastic packaging. We'll do this, we'll do that, but we're going to be stuck on the prices. And I just don't see that happening to where they cut the prices, because I really think that's the only thing that can really get collectors to where it's like, okay, I'm good now. I want to continue supporting them. When I find something at retail for full price, I'm going to buy it. In my world, the way I collect now, I don't pay full price for anything anymore. I've kind of said the hell with that, because I don't think the product is worth what's the asking price right now. I don't think any Marvel Legend is worth $25. I don't think any DC is worth $22. And I definitely don't think any Black Series is worth $25. So I've stopped collecting Black Series, which is really the only and Transformers too. I've stopped collecting Transformers and Black Series. Focus, as you guys know, is now on vintage and retro. And, you know, if we find great deals on 3 3/4, like we have been at Ross or Black Series, we kind of pick them up then. So that's kind of my take. I think it's a bad thing for the future, these deals. I think it's a good thing for anybody that wants to army build, or they run across something they weren't able to get to that they see in a discount store, or, you know, an army builder kind of guy. I think it's good for that. But for the future, I think all these deals that we're seeing can definitely destroy the market and put us in a spot where, you know, maybe we don't find the things we want to find as easily and readily available as what it's been like the last few years. So that's kind of my take. Probably a long-winded take, but you know, that's what I'm known for, right? So you guys, really, this is just to get the conversation started. I want you guys to tell me what you think. Is these prices and what we're finding now a good thing or a bad thing for all us toy collectors and the hobby that we know and love and talk so much about? You guys give me your take. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'm sure I'll get a lot of comments on this, so definitely hit me with it. I think it's an interesting time, and hopefully it continues. So best of luck to you on finding everything, whether it be full price or clearance. Hope you guys find everything you want. See you guys on the next video. You guys have a good one. Later.